As the Prime Minister heads to Europe this weekend for key security talks, Australia's Ukrainian community is marking 500 days since Russia's full-scale invasion, launching a new campaign today called Utes for Ukraine to send Australian utes and trucks to the front line.
Hanna Andrusik has briefly escaped war in her homeland, but she and her children will soon be back in Kyiv, a city repeatedly targeted by Russian missiles over the past 500 days.
They don't know what normal life is with the kids, because they are not like teenagers who could follow the news. When my husband was called up, that became tough, but we survived.
Hanna today joining members of Melbourne's Ukrainian community, remembering all those caught up in the conflict and answering an appeal from a Ukrainian armed forces commander for more military aid from Australia.
The Utes for Ukraine are very, very important. Why are they important? Because we're in a war zone. We need to be able to transport people, and when the General of the Ukrainian Army says we need something, we need to step up.
Both sides of federal politics stood in support of Ukraine today, but ahead of the Prime Minister's visit to the NATO summit in Lithuania, his government was accused of not doing enough for Ukraine.
We need to be providing all the support we possibly can to Ukraine. They've asked for more support, and the Albanese government should provide that.
Successive Australian governments, but mainly the current government, have put together $790 million of support for Ukraine, 630 million or so in defence support and the rest in humanitarian support.
The Prime Minister today also reaffirming his support before departing for Europe.
I'll also have important bilateral meetings that we're organising, including with President Zelensky.
Speakers at today's rally welcome the controversial US decision to supply cluster munitions to the war efforts.
And we congratulate the American government, and to the Australian government we're saying here, there's no time to muck around now.
Australia is among 90 signatory countries to a convention banning the use of cluster bombs. Tysok Husey, SBS World News.